plants of hilly areas. So plants of hilly areas. So these plants especially grown in hill areas. So these plants especially grown in hilly areas, and we will observe in these areas the frequently rains. So these areas we will frequently observe rains, and these plants are very tall and strong and also in conical shape. So these plants are tall, strong and in conical shape. So that's why these plants are also called as coniferous trees. Since these are in conical shape, so these trees are also called coniferous trees. The examples for the plants which are grown in hill areas are, so the first example is pine trees. So one is pine trees. So look at the picture. So in the picture you are observing a pine tree. So the pine tree, if you observe the pine tree is very tall and long, and the shape of the pine tree is in conical shape. So pine tree. And the second example is spruce tree. So spruce tree. So look at the picture. So in the picture you are observing a spruce tree. So it is also in conical shape and also tall and strong. And the third example is fir tree. Fir tree. So this is also grown in hill areas especially. So you are in the picture, you are observing a fir tree. So look at the picture. So the picture is showing a fir tree. So it is also in the shape of a cone. And the fourth example is cedar. Cedar tree. So it is also an example for plants which are grown in hill areas. So these are the examples for the plants which are growing in hill areas. So pine trees, so spruce tree and fir tree and cedar tree and also deodar tree. Deodar tree. So all these are examples for the plants which are grown in hill areas. And if you observe the pictures of these plants, so you are observing the pictures of these plants. So if you observe the pictures, all these plants are in conical shape and all the plants are very tall and strong. And the leaves of these plants are in blade-like shape. So blade-like shape. So the leaves are in blade-like shape. That means the leaves are very narrow and they are in blade-like shape. And if the snow falls on these trees in that areas, so if the snow falls on these trees and they did not allow the snow to stay on them, and the snow will falls off, that means slide off easily into to the underground of the soil, that is at the bottom of the plant. So because the leaves are in blade-like shape, the leaves does not allow the snow fall on them, and the snow will slide off easily and fall down at the bottom of the tree. And these plants does not shed leaves. So does not shed leaves. So these plants does not shed leaves. So if the plants does not shed leaves, like mango trees, banana tree and neem tree, orange trees, the plants which are grown in plains will shed their leaves in particular season to prevent the loss of water. But these plants does not shed leaves. But then what happens? And what happens to the water present in it? Because these leaves, especially these leaves, have a thin wax coating on it. So these leaves have a thin wax coating on it. That's why the water did not lose during evaporation or during respiration. So the water did not lose it because of this wax coating on the leaves. So these are so that's why these plants does not shed leaves. That's why these plants are also called evergreen trees. Evergreen trees. So because they does not shed their leaves, they always, that means in every season they remain in green color. Why? Because they does not shed their leaves, and all the green color leaves are attached to the plant. So in every season, in any time, every time throughout the year, the plants look like green because of the leaves. That's why these plants are also called evergreen trees. Evergreen trees. So this is about plants of hilly areas. So this is about plants of hilly areas. Generally these plants will observe in hill areas, especially in our India. So if you take our India, in our India we will observe these plants in hill stations. In our India, the most travel, that means tourist hill stations are Mussoorie and Kodaikanal, Nainital, Simla, etc. These are the hill stations in our India. If you go to these places, that means if you go to Simla, or if you go to Nainital or Kodaikanal, Darjeeling, if you go to any one of the hill stations, you can observe these plants: pine trees, spruce tree, fir tree, cedar tree, deodar tree, and we can observe in cinemas also. In hill stations, we can observe these trees. So this is about the plants of hilly areas. So this is about plants of hilly areas. So the fourth type of terrestrial plants are plants of marshy areas. So this is the fourth type of terrestrial plants, that is plants of marshy areas. Plants of marshy areas. So in these regions, so marshy regions means, so what are marshy areas? So what are marshy regions? So marshy regions have a lot of water. So marshy regions have a lot of water with wet clay. So marshy areas contains a lot of water and a wet clay, especially sticky clay. And this sticky soil does not allow the roots of the plants to breathe. So that's why the roots of these plants, that means the plants which are growing in marshy areas, the plants of those areas, the roots of those plants will come out of the soil and will come out of the water level for breathing. So that's why the roots of these plants are called breathing plants. That means, breathing roots. So breathing roots, because this wet clay or sticky clay does not allow the roots of these plants for breathing. That's why the roots of these plants come out of the soil and come out of the water level, and they breathe oxygen for them. So that's why these roots are called breathing roots. And the examples for the plants which are grown in marshy areas are mangroves. So all we have know about mangroves. So mangroves. So these are the examples for the plants which will grow in marshy areas. mangroves. So look at the picture. So in the picture you are observing a mangrove plants. So mangrove plants, if you are observing the mangrove plants, you will observe this mangrove plants in mangrove forest. So if you observe the picture, if you observe that at the bottom of the plants, the roots are come outside for breathing. That's why those roots are called breathing roots. And especially in our India, that means especially in our India, the largest mangrove forest is Sundarban forest. So the largest mangrove forest present in our India is Sundarban forest. So Sundarban forest. So these are also called Sundarban mangroves. So the Sundarban mangroves are present in West Bengal. So in West Bengal, there is a large Sundarban forest. The Sundarban forest has especially contains Sundarban mangroves. So West Bengal. So the Sundarban mangroves, that means Sundarban forest is the one of the largest mangrove forest in our India and also in world also. So this Sundarban mangroves, that means Sundarban forest is the one largest mangrove forest in the world. And in our Andhra Pradesh, in our Andhra Pradesh also has a mangrove forest near Kakinada. So in Andhra Pradesh, so we will observe these mangroves in Kakinada at Koringa. So we have a Koringa mangrove forest. So Koringa mangrove forest at Kakinada in Andhra Pradesh. So in our Andhra Pradesh there is also a mangrove forest called Koringa forest. That Koringa forest is present in Kakinada. So this is about mangroves. And these mangroves are especially grown at the regions where a river joins into the sea. So where the river and seas joins at that regions, these mangroves will grow. So these mangroves are also called the gods of coast. So these mangroves are also called the gods of coast. So gods of coast, because so these mangroves will protect the banks of rivers from the soil erosion due to the tides in the ocean. So that's why these mangroves are also called gods of coast, because mangroves protects the coast from the soil erosion due to the tides in the oceans. So this is about mangroves. This mangroves is example for the plants which are grown in marshy areas. And another example for these plants is sundari trees. Sundari. So sundari trees. So this is also one of the type of mangrove trees. So sundari trees. Sundari trees. So this is the second example. So look at the picture. In the picture you are observing a sundari trees. These are also looking like mangrove trees. Next, third example for this plants is rhizophore plants. Rhizophore plants. So rhizophore plants. So these are also looks like mangrove plants. So look at the picture. In the picture you are observing rhizophore plants. So these are also look like mangrove plants. So all these are examples. So for the marshy plants, that means the plants growing in marshy areas. So this is about the plants growing in marshy areas. So first episode in this chapter is completed. So the next episode will be continued in the next.